Hey everybody, this is John once again. As an addendum to my Hump and Slump mold project here, I've brought back the bowl that I've been working on. There's a little scratch in the bowl here, which I'm going to probably work on in a little bit. In a previous video, I had talked a little bit about there was some inconsistencies, like some holes and some divots here inside, and I was trying to think. I let it go a little too dry, and so it was a little too dry for my my normal using my mud tool ribs here. So I was thinking about trying to sand it, and although this is fairly spongy, this is the little sanding blocks I have. It's like a sponge, and it has the coarse side on the green side, and then on the brownish red side here it's a little finer. The problem that I thought is it's still kind of too blocky. It's still a little bit hard to bend. So one thing I've used before is I use these little steel wool pads. Comes about 6 in a package. I got this from Walmart, actually over by where you would get your paint supplies and all this. It's actually used for stripping wood and things like that. Comes in 3 different grades: coarse, medium, and fine. I've only ever used the coarse right now. And I really like the way it can get around corners and everything else. The one thing that I've found, though, especially with pottery, is you're sanding here, and I'll show you in a minute. There'll be little specks of the metal. It'll break off, and it gets mixed in with the particulates from the clay itself. When I first noticed that, I was like, well, I don't want that metal in my clay, because I do recycle my clay, and I don't know how it's going to affect the clay body. So what I've discovered I can do is I'll take a little magnet. I picked this one up at Radio Shack by my house, and just take it and either pour the clay out on a table, or as in this case, I just take it and just run the magnet over it. Picks up, I'm not sure if you can see, but a lot of the around the edges you can see some clay mixed with the little metal shavings. And so that was my solution to that. So what I do is I just rub. I try to rub usually in almost like a grain, if it has a grain. I don't try to go in any, a lot of different directions. Any lines can be transferred over into the final product. In this case, this is the slump side of the mold. So I just go here. I don't think it's going to be too perfect, and I'm not really concerned, because even in the final clay body, it will be. I can sand it, or remove any minor imperfections. So after doing that for a while, you'll see there's a lot of the clay dust there. So then what I'll do is I'll take my little magnet, and I'm not sure if this can be seen, but I'll take my magnet and I'll just go over everything, actually getting it right into there. And then I have a little bit more. There was not too much on here, but if I had been doing this for a long period, then I just dump it out. take my little handy dandy brush. All of these brushes are cheap, but they do work. And once I'm done with all my final sanding here, what I'll do is I'll take my little sponge, one of my sponges, which I don't have in front of me, and I'll just wipe down all the dust. And normally after you finish with, after it's come back from being fired, or if, I don't have a kiln, but if I had a kiln, before I glaze it, I will take a sponge again to get any residual dust off of it before putting on the glaze, so it doesn't interfere with the glaze sticking to the clay body. But as this is actually a mold, I will not be doing that. So please check out all my videos here on YouTube. Again, this is John from Desert Rock Pottery saying have a blessed day.